everyone, today's topic for this video is going to be emotional, deep, and probably uncomfortable for some people because we are going to be talking about something that most twin flames don't realize that is impacting their union, and that is your relationship with God. A lot of people are still stuck on, or probably just focus on, the abandonment wounds, healing attachment wounds, probably rely too much on divine timing, and are still in runner and chaser dynamics. But there's sometimes the real block is very much deep, and there is hidden anger, there is disappointment, and there is distrust toward God itself. Every upset that you're experiencing in your twin flame journey is just not an upset with with your twin flame, but it's an upset with God. And many of us fail to realize, because also the kind of upbringing that we have, sometimes we are told that God is punishing, you should be God fearing. So if you're really upset with God, then God is not going to take it well and God is going to punish you. Well, that's not true, and that is not how you really have a relationship with God. So let's identify that how your connection with God is impacting your union. So primarily what happens is that your union, basically the outer union, is a reflection and it's a manifestation of your relationship with God. So the kind of relationship deep inside that you have with God, your twin flame is going to mirror that. So whenever anybody talks about a twin flame journey, they always ask you to focus on your harmonious union with God. And here it is why. So when your connection with God, and now it could be probably because of multiple regional beliefs, religional beliefs, how you have been taught about God, how you were taught to worship God, and that sometimes become wounded because you're always expecting God to be, just some manifestation portal, and God, you only go to God when there is a time of despair, and that can deeply impact your twin flame journey, right? So we will talk about how unresolved upsets with God can really impact on your journey in this video. So twin flame union is just not a romantic connection. It is one of the part of being in twin flame union, because your twin flame is your eternal lover, right? So, but if we just comprehend this connection with it being like a romantic connection, that's just one very tiny part of it. It's a journey where you spiritually transform, where the journey is basically pushing you towards deeper surrender, having faith, going deeper in your healing, trust, and coming back into alignment with respect to how God actually created you as a soul, not the person who you have become today. And because of that, your relationship with God is certainly important, and I would say rather very, very, very important on your twin flame journey. So, if the situation is that deep inside you feel abandoned, you feel punished by life, or you feel like you're spiritually betrayed and you're feeling unsupported, and that energy unconsciously affects your ability to trust the journey, henceforth, the ability to manifest your union in the physical reality in your 3D life. So, many people basically carry this secret resentment towards God. While on the outer, they would say, "Oh, I love God, I have this relationship with God, I'm completely surrendered to God." When they really go deep into healing their upsets with their twin flame, it is actually a learning that there are deeper upsets with God with respect to why did God bring him into this journey? Why did God bring them into the separation? Why is God still favoring the twin flame or the karmics? So there could be many reasons depending on your personal journey, because your journey is very unique to you. It cannot be just carbon copy to any other person. So you have a personal and a unique journey, and your healing is based on your personal experiences on this journey. So many people carry these resentment towards God because they have experienced like a painful childhood, they've had many heartbreaks, they have always attracted toxic partners, they have been abandoned, there have been delays in their life, and somewhere there was like a constant suffering, and unanswered prayers. So this journey, especially when you get awakened to the twin flame journey, these wounds are going to get amplified. So you may start asking God that, why would God bring me in this connection to make me suffer? And trust me, you're not the only one. I have asked this question to God many times myself. When I was feeling stuck on my twin flame journey, things were not really moving with my twin flame, and I was like, why, like, you bring me into this twin flame journey and then you're keeping me in separation? Because from what I know, you, God, you also want to be in union with me, as much as I want to. Then why these delays? Why can't you just bring my twin flame to me? And that's exactly when my twin flame showed up, and I was clearly not ready. And all the hard work that I had put on myself, 2 days into the union, and I was back into chasing my twin flame, and I realized, okay, why? So I realized like what was my pattern, and it did help me move through the pattern that I was holding on to. Was probably somewhere putting your twin flame on the pedestal, and that is where my twin flame was not showing up because he was uncomfortable because of that pattern. I was somewhere holding on to that resentment towards God. So when that resentment remains unhealed, it creates energetic resistance, and union requires surrender, and surrender becomes difficult when your trust is broken. So when you're not able to trust God fully, your union is going to get delayed, and that is where you can build more resentment. So, what you need to probably do there is you have to go deeper into healing your upsets with God, and it's okay to project it directly on God. Trust me, God won't punish you. God never punishes you. God never punishes any of His child for that, for that cut. Okay, yeah. So, when someone stops trusting God, they often stop trusting life itself, and they can start operating from fear. They can start operating from control or even hypervigilance, which can somehow lead to a lot of anxiety. So you basically get trapped into the vicious cycle of emotional survival instead of just flowing with it. So what happens is that your twin flame union cannot really align when there is an energy of control, and because the connection is designed to teach you faith, patience, and alignment, that creates a big roadblock in your union. So when you are focusing on healing your union, you need to understand that healing does not mean that pretending that pain never existed. It's okay to accept. In fact, if you're not accepting that there is pain, you're basically trying to hide those parts of you that still need a lot of love, care, and nurturing. So this journey is about trusting and rebuilding that trust with God, and it means telling God, communicating to the God that I may not fully understand this journey, but I'm willing to stop. So it means saying that I may not understand this journey fully, but I'm willing to stop fighting myself and my life. And that is when you release control, you surrender, and your union starts healing. So if this is the video that resonated with you, do drop a comment in the comment box below. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you very much. Namaste.